I kind of have a little confession to make. I am a picky eater. However, this raspberry slice is one of the most fantastic desserts that I've ever had. It's raw, it's vegan, it's gluten-free, and it's fabulous. The first step is to prepare the base because it's all about that base. No, okay, let's not go there. I'm about 5 years behind every single trend ever. Anyway, so you will need 2 cups of nuts. So you can use almonds, you can use macadamias, you can use a combination, whatever you want. You'll also need about 1 cup of dates and a couple of tablespoons of some sort of syrup, so some sort of sweetener. Now, because my blender is quite small, I've actually pre-cut everything into smaller pieces just to make it easier. But if you just have like your regular run-of-the-mill blender at home, then just chuck it all in there. Don't even worry about cutting it up. Blend it up until they're smaller pieces. Kind of the consistency where if you pick it up, you can make a nice little round ball out of it. Yeah, that's what you want. Now, if you're doing this correctly, you'd probably line a square pan with some baking paper, but I don't have a square pan, so I'm using a round pan that I've MacGyvered with some baking paper here, and I will press this in really nice and firm, make a nice smooth, even base, push it in as much as I can, and then I will pop it in the fridge. Now we are ready to prepare that gorgeous raspberry layer. So first of all, prepare some chia seeds, and this will just help to keep everything together. So it's 1 part chia seeds to 9 parts water, and I'm gonna let that just sit there and chill out for about 15 minutes. So raspberries, you need around 2 cups, so around 200 grams of raspberries. Of course you can buy fresh, but they usually cost a bloody fortune, so I'm using frozen. That's absolutely fine. Just thaw them out for a few hours in the fridge before you use them. To get a really nice creamy consistency, we're going to be using some cashew nuts in this as well. So that's around 2/3 of a cup of cashew nuts, and these should be pre-soaked. So maybe you want to do this the day before and you can just leave them in the fridge overnight, or you just put them in their little water bath and put them in the fridge for about 5 or so hours. Add 3 to 4 tablespoons of some sort of syrup, like your maple syrup or your rice malt syrup, and of course your chia seeds. Just blend these all up together until they're nice and smooth. Grab your base out of the fridge, then pour this absolutely delicious smooth mixture of raspberries over your base, smooth it out, and then pop it in the freezer. Leave it in there for about an hour or so, just until everything kind of firms up. It's time to make a bit of a chocolate topping for your beautiful creation. For this, just set up a double boiler on the stove, add about 4 tablespoons of coconut oil, 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and a nice generous tablespoon of some sort of syrup. Whatever you've been using for the rest of the recipe is fine. Mix it together as it's melting, and then when it's ready, take it off the double boiler and let it cool down just slightly. Now take your creation out of the freezer, channel your inner Jackson Pollock, drizzle the chocolate or make shapes, or you could just pour the whole lot on and have a solid chocolate layer. It's up to you. I decided to go with a random drizzle, and for a bit of extra decoration, I decided to add some chopped up pistachios and some fresh raspberries. Then I popped this all back in the freezer for another 2 to 3 hours to set. After a few hours in the freezer, take it out and remove it from the tray using the baking paper. If you have a square tin, then just cut it into rectangular or square slices. Or if you've somehow MacGyvered something like I have and you've got a round tin, just cut it into nice even pieces. And here we are, we have our fabulous slice cake thing, and it tastes really, really good. I mean, I haven't had a slice yet, as you can see, but if you saw my Instagram feed, then you would know that I've already licked the spoon. I am so excited to eat this. Can you say yum? I'm so ready. Here we go. First bite. I think that the raspberries do a really good job of kind of balancing out the flavor because they're a little bit tart, and then the chocolate is nice and crunchy. It has a really nice amount of sweetness. And the base is fantastic. Second bite. I really hope that you guys can give this a go. The only thing that I would say is that the raspberry is very mousse-like, so it definitely pays to keep this thing in the freezer for a couple of hours, especially just before serving. But other than that, well, if you guys make this at all, let me know on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. I will see you all later on. Have a fantastic rest of the day. See you later.